Imagine for a moment that you are standing at the edge of history, watching two doors in front of you. One door is slowly closing, the door of a giant economy once believed to be unstoppable, now struggling with cracks from within. And the other door is just beginning to open. A door full of fresh energy, young talent, and opportunities waiting to be seized. My friends, this is not just economics. This is about the future of nations, the future of trade, and the future of the global balance. Today, I want to share with you why India's economic engine is slowing down, why the glitter is fading, and how this very moment is becoming Pakistan's golden chance to rise. You will see how trade routes are shifting, how technology is creating new leaders, how agriculture and energy are rewriting the rules of sustainability, and how global investors are searching for the next big story. But I don't want you to just listen to facts and figures. I want you to imagine yourself as an investor, a policymaker, or a young entrepreneur standing at this crossroads and deciding where to bet on the future. Because when one nation stumbles, another has the chance to stand tall. And right now, Pakistan is standing at that threshold. Stay with me till the end of this journey, because by the time we finish, you will not only understand why this shift is happening, but also why this moment could transform the destiny of millions. This is more than economics. This is the story of vision, courage, and timing. And those who recognize it today will be the winners of tomorrow. India's economic slowdown is not just a temporary dip in numbers. It reflects deeper structural weaknesses that have been building up over time. For years, India was celebrated as one of the fastest growing economies in the world, attracting global investors with promises of vast markets, a large workforce, and rapid modernization. But beneath that glittering image lies a reality of rising unemployment, overdependence on a few sectors, increasing inequality, and mounting financial stress. Recent years have seen growth rates slipping significantly, with some of the biggest industries, from textiles to IT services, struggling to maintain their previous momentum. This slowdown is not accidental. It is the outcome of policy gaps, unstable reforms, and an economy that has grown on fragile foundations. One of the most critical issues is unemployment. Despite producing millions of graduates every year, India has not been able to create enough jobs to absorb its growing labor force. Manufacturing has failed to take off at the scale needed, and agriculture, which still employs a large share of the population, is burdened with inefficiency, debt, and low productivity. At the same time, rising inflation has reduced purchasing power, leaving a large segment of the population unable to drive internal demand. This weak consumer market directly impacts industries and discourages long-term investment. Debt is another pressing concern. Both public and private debt in India have ballooned, straining the banking sector and discouraging credit growth. Many companies are drowning in non-performing loans, which limits expansion and innovation. For foreign investors, this sends a warning signal that India's financial system may not be as stable or reliable as once assumed. Moreover, political decisions have also created uncertainty. Sudden policy moves, heavy taxation, and unpredictable regulations have shaken investor confidence. Global businesses that once saw India as a long-term bet are now reconsidering, looking at other emerging economies where stability and consistency are more assured. This climate of unpredictability adds to the pressure on an economy already slowing down. The global economic environment has also exposed India's vulnerabilities. Rising energy costs, supply chain disruptions, and dependence on imports for key commodities have left India less resilient in times of crisis. Combined with widening income inequality, social unrest, and a struggling middle class, the slowdown is becoming visible, not only in GDP figures, but also in the everyday lives of people. The image of India as a booming superpower now clashes with the lived reality of stagnation, unemployment, and economic imbalance. For Pakistan, this decline opens a window of opportunity to rise as an alternative hub for growth and investment. The global trade landscape is changing rapidly, and one of the most significant shifts is the reorientation of supply chains. For years, India benefited from being a preferred destination for manufacturing and outsourcing, but rising costs, complex regulations, and recent political and social instability are forcing global companies to rethink their strategies. Multinational corporations are no longer comfortable relying on a single country for critical production, especially after the disruptions caused by the pandemic and geopolitical tensions. This search for alternative hubs is creating a rare opening for Pakistan to step into a space that India is gradually losing its grip on. Companies in Europe, East Asia, and North America are diversifying supply chains to minimize risks. Labor costs in India have been climbing steadily, eroding its cost advantage compared to other emerging economies. At the same time, bureaucratic hurdles and policy unpredictability have made it more difficult for businesses to operate efficiently. Pakistan, on the other hand, offers lower labor costs, strategic geographic positioning, and increasingly improving trade infrastructure through projects like the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. These factors combine to make Pakistan an attractive alternative for industries looking to relocate or expand operations. Beyond manufacturing, logistics and connectivity play a vital role in global trade. India faces challenges with congestion in ports, slow customs clearances, and limited connectivity with Central Asia and the Middle East. Pakistan, by contrast, has the advantage of direct access to the Arabian Sea, shorter routes to the Gulf, and expanding road and rail networks that connect it with China and Central Asian markets. This gives Pakistan a competitive edge in offering quicker, more cost-evoking trade routes compared to India's often overloaded systems. Another dimension is the growing global demand for diversification away from politically volatile or overly centralized economies. Investors and corporations want stability, and while India is facing increasing tensions both internally and with its neighbors, Pakistan has the opportunity to position itself as a reliable bridge between East and West. If managed wisely, this could transform Pakistan into a regional hub not only for goods, but also for services and technology outsourcing. The shift of trade routes and supply chains is not just about economics, it is about trust, speed, and reliability. As India struggles with internal bottlenecks, Pakistan can present itself as a rising player, ready to handle global demand with efficiency and vision. This moment is more than a challenge to India. It is Pakistan's chance to redefine its place in the world economy. The China-Pakistan Economic Corridor has become one of the most transformative projects in South Asia, providing Pakistan with a unique advantage at a time when India is struggling to maintain its economic momentum. Through CPEC, Pakistan is not only strengthening its domestic infrastructure, but also establishing itself as a gateway that connects China to the Middle East, Africa, and beyond. This connectivity gives Pakistan a strategic leverage that India cannot easily replicate, especially as India continues to face political and logistical obstacles in integrating with its neighbors. The ability to facilitate trade across multiple regions positions Pakistan as a central player in the evolving economic map of Asia. CPEC's extensive investments in roads, railways, and ports, most notably the development of Gwadar port, offer Pakistan an edge that directly challenges India's regional influence. Gwadar provides the shortest route for China to access the Arabian Sea, bypassing longer and riskier maritime routes. For global investors, this means quicker, cheaper, and more secure trade options through Pakistan. While India struggles with overburdened ports and longer shipping times, Pakistan has the chance to capture significant trade traffic by offering a more efficient alternative. Another dimension of CPEC lies in its role in energy and industrial development. Pakistan has long struggled with energy shortages, but CPEC investments are addressing these gaps by expanding power generation and improving reliability. Stable energy supplies are essential for manufacturing and exports, which directly enhance Pakistan's attractiveness to foreign investors. Industrial zones planned along the corridor will also encourage relocation of industries from other countries, particularly from China, as companies look for cost-efficient bases for production. For regional connectivity, CPEC is a game changer. India's geographic isolation from Central Asia due to strained relations with its neighbors limits its ability to participate in cross-border trade effectively. Pakistan, on the other hand, is strategically positioned to act as a bridge between South Asia, Central Asia, and the Middle East. The corridor enhances this role, allowing Pakistan to integrate itself into global supply chains and secure long-term economic partnerships. At a time when India's internal economic issues are causing investors to hesitate, CPEC presents Pakistan with a ready-made framework to showcase stability, opportunity, and growth potential. By strengthening its infrastructure and becoming a trade corridor for some of the world's largest economies, Pakistan is laying the foundation to attract industries and capital that may otherwise have been directed toward. The shift not only boosts Pakistan's own economy, but also redefines its role in regional and global trade. The technology sector is becoming the backbone of modern economies. And in this space, Pakistan is emerging as a serious contender while India faces hurdles that threaten its long-standing dominance. For decades, India was hailed as the world's outsourcing hub, supplying IT services and skilled engineers to global markets. However, the rapid tightening of regulations, increased taxation, and rising labor costs are creating challenges that slow India's once unshakable growth in this field. Pakistan, meanwhile, is experiencing a surge in digital transformation driven by its young, dynamic, and tech-savvy population. With nearly 2/3 of the country under the age of 30, Pakistan is positioned to ride the digital wave with fresh energy and innovative ideas. The rise of startups in Pakistan is a clear sign of this shift. From fintech and e-commerce to health tech and education, entrepreneurs are using technology to solve local and global problems. International venture capital firms, once reluctant to enter Pakistan, are now investing heavily, seeing the untapped potential in a market that combines affordability with talent. This inflow of capital is nurturing a vibrant startup ecosystem that could one day rival those in much larger economies. The government, too, has begun to realize the potential of this sector, offering incentives such as tax exemptions for IT exports, digital payment reforms, and programs that encourage entrepreneurship among the youth. Another crucial factor is Pakistan's growing freelancing and digital services economy. Pakistani professionals are now ranked among the top in the world on platforms such as Upwork and Fiverr, providing services in software development, graphic design, and digital marketing to clients across Europe, North America, and the Middle East. This decentralized model of earning foreign exchange not only strengthens the economy, but also diversifies its sources of revenue. India, in contrast, is facing increasing pressure as wages rise and foreign companies seek low-cost alternatives. Furthermore, the global shift toward remote work has erased many geographic barriers, allowing Pakistan's tech talent to compete directly with India's on an even playing field. While India's reputation in IT remains strong, its slowing adaptability and regulatory pressures are eroding confidence. Pakistan's advantage lies in flexibility, competitive pricing, and a younger workforce eager to adopt new technologies such as artificial intelligence, blockchain, and cloud computing. This transformation is not just about competing with India. It is about positioning Pakistan as South Asia's new technology hub. The combination of talent, cost effectiveness, and growing international recognition is creating conditions where Pakistan can step into the global digital economy with strength and credibility at a time when India's momentum is slowing. Agriculture and energy are two of the most critical pillars of any economy. And this is where Pakistan has unique strengths at a time when India is facing growing challenges. Despite being an agricultural nation, India is struggling with rising production costs, water shortages, and increasing pressure from climate change. Farmers across India are burdened with debt, and protests over policies and subsidies have revealed the depth of the crisis. In contrast, Pakistan's agricultural sector, though not without its problems, still holds untapped potential. With fertile land, abundant water resources from the Indus River system, and a climate suited for diverse crops, Pakistan has the opportunity to expand its role as a major food supplier to global markets. International demand for wheat, rice, fruits, and vegetables is rising, and Pakistan can capture this demand by modernizing its farming methods, improving exports, and ensuring value addition through processing industries. Energy is another area where Pakistan can gain an edge. While India continues to rely heavily on costly imports of coal, oil, and gas, Pakistan has begun investing in renewable energy projects that promise long-term sustainability. Solar and wind corridors in Sindh and Balochistan, combined with hydropower potential in the north, offer Pakistan the ability to gradually reduce dependence on expensive imports and instead build a cleaner and cheaper energy mix. This shift not only strengthens Pakistan's energy security, but also makes it more attractive to industries that prioritize environmentally sustainable production. Global markets today are highly conscious of sustainability. European buyers, for instance, are increasingly unwilling to source goods from countries with high carbon footprints or unsustainable farming practices. India, facing criticism for its pollution levels and unsustainable agricultural methods, risks losing competitiveness in these markets. Pakistan, if it invests wisely in green energy and modern agricultural practices, can position itself as a more responsible and sustainable partner. This would give it a distinct advantage in securing trade deals and partnerships with environmentally conscious regions like Additionally, Pakistan's relatively lower production costs make its agriculture and energy sectors highly competitive. By encouraging public-public partnerships, investing in technology-driven farming, and promoting renewable energy solutions, Pakistan can not only meet its domestic needs but also increase exports. As India struggles with rising costs and inefficiencies in both agriculture and energy, Pakistan is standing at the threshold of turning its natural endowments into long-term economic strengths that attract both regional and global markets. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have seen, the world is witnessing a significant shift in the balance of opportunities. India, once hailed as the unstoppable engine of South Asia's growth, is now facing structural weaknesses, slowing momentum, and growing uncertainty. At the same time, Pakistan stands at the edge of a new beginning where shifting trade routes, the power of CP, the rise of technology and startups, and its natural strengths in agriculture and energy are converging to create a golden moment in history. This is not merely about taking advantage of India's decline. It is about Pakistan seizing the chance to redefine its place in the global economy and present itself as a reliable, innovative, and sustainable partner for the world. The future belongs to nations that adapt quickly, embrace innovation, and use their resources wisely. Pakistan has the right ingredients: a young population, a strategic location, and growing international recognition. If it remains focused, resilient, and visionary, this golden chance will not just be a short-term opportunity, but the beginning of long-term transformation. So, to everyone listening here today, remember this: the best opportunities often emerge in times of change. For Pakistan, that time is now. For the world, it is the moment to look at Pakistan with fresh eyes and renewed confidence. I wish you all great success in your endeavors. May you always have the courage to see opportunities where others see challenges. Thank you and good luck to each and every one of you.